A secret holding pen located somewhere in deepest New England. It's here that only the most vicious international criminals are kept, including the vicious and notorious Bobo Jones, militant gorilla. He is in misery. But he is not without hope or escape.
But I really enjoyed making home videos, not just family reunions, but also I wanted to do movies, little movies, and from time to time I would let my brother direct them as well. And between the two of us, we thought it would be fun to do kind of an Indiana Jones style caper, but we needed a villain, and I immediately thought of Bobo Jones. My parents have always been very supportive of my ideas for amusement, and doing home videos, home movies was no exception. I pressed them into service many times, and in the case of guerrilla warfare, which is what we call this film, it's the same here. I had an idea that basically we would start with this secret holding pen somewhere in New England, and it looked conveniently enough like a ski lodge, not unlike the ski lodge my parents were renting at the time, and the jailkeepers were a man and a woman who I had given the names of Joseph and Mary, after the more famous Joseph and Mary. Only these two were named Joseph and Mary Diablo, and they're kind of an old married couple. I had a whole backstory for them, and they have lucked into this job where they basically watch the occasional odd sort of secret prisoner, and in this case it happened to be Bobo. And I had this idea that they would be, sort of a bickering couple that was really sort of fond of animals, always kept all their pets indoors, which of course my real parents do. And in fact, anytime the cats or one of the dogs got out, my dad would would yell to my mother, that one of the friggin' dogs or cats got out again. And so I thought it would be kind of fun and a really inside joke to have Bobo affect his escape, and then have my dad, Joseph Diablo, calling to his wife Mary and yelling that the damn gorilla got out again. And my dad he's game as hell, but he is not a born actor, and so it took him a couple takes to get this line right. And actually, what you're about to see is the first take. And it's my favorite, though for obvious reasons it didn't make it into the final film.
That fucking gorilla got out again!
Well, of course, one of the great things about doing your own stunts is that you get a really nice blooper reel out of it, as well as more than a few bruises. And this video endeavor was certainly no different. We all got banged up quite a bit, running around in that mask. Poor old BB got tripped down the stairs, hit his head on a doorway, and all sorts of stuff. And in my case, there's a couple things that happen. There's a scene where after my character, who's the hero of the piece, shoots an arrow into the front of the getaway car that Bobo's used. He loses control of the vehicle and crashes into the bushes, and then leaps out of the car and takes off into the the woods, and so there's no way to get into the woods and stay in the shot unless I basically went straight up over the car and after him. And so it's kind of hard climbing on top of a car if it's not something you do every day. And so it took me a couple of takes to get it right. And then when I finally did jump over the car, the first thing I did the moment I step in the woods is I step into this huge pit. Somehow my dad, who was playing Bobo at the time, somehow he misses it. I stepped right into it. So there's this moment as you're looking where I'm yelling, "Jones, come back here! You can't escape! Jones, come back here!" And I jump off the car and start to head into the woods, and I'm just gone. And you can hear the cameraman. I think it was my brother or else my cousin who was visiting at the time. You can hear him laughing because it's like I just basically fell through the boards of an old well and just vanished. And it was pretty painful. But it's good. It makes for a good blooper video if you're looking for it.
Jones, come back here, you can't. Jones! Come back here!
We did all our own stunts, of course, and there's a pretty terrific and well choreographed fight scene, though it would appear, like a lot of my fights, as if it's choreographed for somebody whose arms are about 2 feet longer than mine are. A hallmark of our fight scenes are a lot of flailing, a lot of punches that don't connect, and yet the opponent falls anyway. And then there's always, an accident where somebody gets hurt. And in this particular case, the somebody who got hurt was me. As the hero, I'm on the ground and I have to make a desperate attack, and I managed to deliver a karate chop to Bobo Jones's neck. In fact, I laid into my brother's neck pretty well with that chop, and he fell on me. So that was fun. You'll enjoy it more than I did, I'm sure. No, the ending was really, we wanted to have a dramatic ending, and what better way to have a dramatic ending to an adventure movie, an action movie, than to have the villain get his head cut right the heck off, and that's exactly what happened. So I really wanted to get the take right. There was a series of shots I wanted to splice together. My favorite was when my big brother was the cameraman lying flat on his back with the camera pointing up at me as I really tee off with this sword, and I was a little overzealous in a couple of instances and ended up hitting my brother a good one on the noggin. You could hear the echo for miles. Yeah, we talked about somehow having Bobo return, or having another member of the of his guerrilla cell come and seek revenge on our heroes, but we never quite got around to it. And we liked the results we had. For what it was a first stab with very primitive video capabilities, and I think that when we sat down and looked at our future plans for our movies, we decided not to include Bobo. I guess you could say we really felt we should have quit while we were ahead. So that's how that turned out.